I'm Safety Coach Art, Half Nelson, and I want to thank you for coming to my presentation today. Today I'm going to answer a viewer's email and go over the mechanics of the swarm technique. Now I know this might be a little scary for some of you, and Coach Art understands that, but I have to go over this with you, or that's a lap for me, and I don't want to do that. Coach Art's still recovering from surgery, and in case you haven't noticed, it looks like he's been doing his physical therapy at Cheesecake Factory. So let's get going. So before we go over the swarm technique, let's answer a viewer's email. Thank you, Micah. At least I know one of you watched. Thanks, Dr. Rhoda. Now, could you get out of my comment section? Dear Coach Art, Half Nelson. First, thank you for not wearing those shorts anymore. I hope you burned them. Second, I have younger students who can't barricade. Can just one person barricade a room? Sign, President of Micah's fan club, the Mighty Micahs. When did you get a fan club? Now that's a great question. And yes, a single person can barricade their room. And here are a few helpful tips to make that easier for you. The first thing you can do is place your larger items like your filing cabinets, dressers, or your desk closer to the door. Remember, this isn't perfect. It's not supposed to be. But you want to create a barrier so someone can't get in. Now, once you've done this, start stacking other items up against the door. Remember, you want to place larger items against the door, preventing access. It's pretty simple. Now, I know this might look complicated. It doesn't have to be all feng shui. In some of your rooms, you may not be able to do this, but do the best you can to put all the items you can in front of the door. The second thing you do is grab yourself some of these furniture movers. They're not required, but they help you move up large objects, especially if you're by yourself. And you can find them in just about any store. But one thing to keep in mind, be sure to remove them so they're not easy for an intruder to move the heavy objects when they're trying to get through the door themselves. Now when stacking items in front of the door, keep it simple. Remember, you're not trying to play Tetris or Candy Crush. You're just trying to prevent someone getting into your room. Remember, it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be effective. Now, another thing that's going to help you is have your key located next to the door. During a lockdown, after you lock the door, keep it with you. Now for your window covering, keep it plain and simple. This is not the time to be all flashy or show your support for your favorite sports team. And here's an example why. You ever went shopping on Black Friday? After you avoid all the crowds that are there just trying to get a deal on a $1 toaster, what do you do when you enter the store? You see all the flashy displays. Retailers do this to get your attention. And we don't want that when dealing with a violent intruder. They have a very focused and dangerous mindset. Seeing something flashy could draw their attention to your room. Now, one other thing you can use is your door stopper. Putting that under the door is going to cause friction so the door can't be opened. If you don't have a door stopper, well, take some paper, fold it up, jam that under the door. Works just the same. And the last tip I have, well, it's about you. More specifically, your attitude. Like I've said before, during a violent critical incident, you are the first responders. I can't stress that enough. You have to remind yourself that this is not the time to be passive. Students will be looking for you for not only support, but for guidance as well. And that's why it's important to pay attention, learn, and share this with your students. Now, studies have shown that a passive defense doesn't work. And learning to barricade is a form of counter, meaning you're going on the offensive to protect yourself and your fellow students. Now, I hope that helped you understand how to barricade your room if you're only one person. Now, like I said, let's go over the swarm. Now, what I want to do is go over the swarm technique and review each component. It's not complicated, but it does require more than one person, so everyone needs to be involved. Now, look, I'm not trying to turn you into Chuck Norris. Yay! But you need to take some practical steps so you can be prepared. So let's get started. First, let's go over the arms. When you grab the arm, just don't grab it. Wrap them around your arm, holding it close to the body. Then turn your body outward. Next is the legs. The same things apply. Grab the legs, hold on tight. Next, the waist. Grab a hold, get close, and hold on tight. Now the head. The head is very important because where the head goes, the body goes. So grab a hold tight. Now the final stage is everyone start to force the intruder to the ground, then everyone left pile on. Now look, this is not a step-by-step process. The key is to get the intruder to the ground as quickly as possible. I'm one person. This is a 90-pound dummy. Let me show you how quickly it is. Now it's important that once you're on the ground, everyone maintain and control that body part, especially the head. Now, I want to thank you for watching my presentation today. And remember, I don't want you scared, I want you prepared. And for that one person who watched my last presentation, no laps for you. This is happening. Yep, that was a pretty impressive presentation. I'm kind of happy with that one.